How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Trigun Stampede episode recap and review. Today's episode is episode 10, entitled Humanity. Before I go any further, please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos such as this one. Hold on to your butts. So, last week, the reporters were taken after we met people who have been around for 150 years trying to grow plants, regular plants, not, flora and fauna, stuff like that. Not the, plants, capital P, but plants, lowercase p. Tons of lore. I watched a small video where somebody said there's a problem with, I forget the exact title of the video, basically dunking on the show, preferring the 98 version. It was only 10 minutes long. I need to finish it, but I needed to get to you guys because I'm doing these later and later. Apparently, Stampede, this first, it's going to be a first season. There's no way they're not doing a second season. Apparently, this is only 12 episodes. I need to check up on that, but this episode 10, there's a lot. There is a lot. Looked it up real quick. Apparently, it's only supposed to be 12 episodes. Oh boy. Okay. So it makes sense. And I read some of those comments of that video from the person dunking on him because some people think this is kind of a prequel leading into more familiar things, but I don't see that. I see it like other people are saying. This is definitely a different take. Not even, I want to say it's closer to the manga, but it really isn't. The 98 anime was its own beast. Literally, they did have plot lines from the manga, but it had what people call filler. No, I can't even call it filler. Not just because of the magnificent animation, but from everything that I have researched about Trigun Maximum, this is it's almost a completely different story. The guns matter in the 98 version. The guns don't matter here, which is closer to the manga. So you have three separate entities, and it appears that their stories are significantly different, yet similar to one another. Which is, initially seeing that the animation is going to be like this, I kind of dunked on it a little bit. I don't know if I did that first episode, possibly before I even started reviewing this, but yeah. But enough about that. Let's talk about this. So we once again have Zazie asking, who's going to benefit more? Who's going to do the thing, humans or plants? And Meryl's whole deal is, look, man, we know we can't keep going further, but there's someone that's trying to do something. And Conrad knows about Luida, the genealogist. And he's like, yeah, well, she's doing her thing. I got my own thing. Follow me. I'll show you. So they see where he conducts his experiments. And he lists off, you've met some of my experiments. Monav the Gale, E.G. the Mine, Luvio the Double Fang. And Roberto's like, Nicholas. He's like, Nicholas the Punisher. And Meryl's just catching up. Roberto and Vash already knew. Where should I go? Let's go with Conrad, right? First of all, I love that what's the word I'm looking for? I love that the descriptions on Hulu told me this dude's name before I even knew his name. I didn't even try to look it up. It's just like Conrad. I'm like, okay, by process of elimination, that guy's Conrad, right? And so apparently, Mr. Conrad here fully believes in what he's doing. He even says to Mary, what is he doing? I forgot to tell you. He's trying to make it so humans can survive on that planet. They can survive the desert, don't need water, don't need food. Well, he succeeded in making people powerful, but unfortunately, they still need to eat. They still need to drink. So they failed. Remember that girl little girl that said looks like Knives. It's because she's a clone of Knives. She's the one that grew, that body fully grew. So apparently, he has been making other clones. He has other little baby clones. He's like, we're going to have to start it at birth, which to the dismay of Meryl, who's just like, you can't see that, they're already born, they're already here. And Roberto's like, you thinking far in the future about saving humanity, that doesn't matter. You got to look at the kids that are right in front of you. And they say they pity, these beings. And he's willing to tell them, go ahead and kill me if you believe all that. To which the evil asshole known as Elandria, that is her name, the one that looks like Knives, the Knives clone, she gets all pissy because she's like, oh, you're gonna pity me. We'll get into her in a minute. She is public enemy number one, and I hope a future Meryl kills her. Ooh, don't worry, get to it in a second. So, as I was saying, apparently Conrad has been around for 150 years too, because I first remember episodes ago when I'm like, okay, if this is the same researcher, maybe these are his kids. Well, no clue how he's around, but with the bald head and the stuff on his head, I'm assuming that he experimented on himself as well. And he remembers remember Nicholas's whole goal is to bring Vash there alive. After he did that, he gave Nicholas has his pastor thing. He was like, your contract's filled. He even has a little blood seal on it. And when he says, were you able to lay down your cross, Nicholas? He's like, how about you? We see he's looking at a photo on on his desk. And they always do the hand-drawn art for photos, which you could have just done that. Orange Studios. If the only good thing about this animation is that it allows Meryl to emote very well. She seems to be the only character emoting a ton. Vash does too, but she seems to be the only one. Why not just draw? Whatever. And the character looks like a long hair. Could it be Knives? Could it be Vash? All you know is long blonde hair looking like the original Vash. And he's standing behind him with his head full of hair. And we flash forward to back after the accident. He's like, oh, Nye, you made it. Thank goodness. Nye's ready to stab him, right? He says, he called him lecturer something or other. I forget the real name. I didn't care enough to rewind it. But he then says, or should I say researcher Bill Conrad. So you want to die like the thousands of others? Or do you want to atone for the sinners and blah 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 blah, which I find is so hypocritical and ironic that you hate humans that you keep using human religion. That is going to keep bugging me until he comes up with his own space plant shit, which again, humans made you, so whatever. Now you think about it, this is almost like Terminator. Humans made Skynet made Terminators. Humans made plants popped out both of these independents, and now the independent is trying to kill everybody. Regardless of that, there's an eyeball on his hand. He's like, that eye, where did you get? And he just drops to his knees. He says, I'm so sorry. He's trying to atone. He's like, my atonement is forever. What the hell did he do? Could it be that the twins weren't really twins at first? They were one person and were split? Or could it be that he did something to... Because if Knives' hair was originally that blonde, did he do something to him which prompted Knives to be less human? Less compassionate and more, I'm going to kill humans? Possibly. Another mystery. I should have talked about the place of July first, because it is they're in July. And I don't know if they're spelling it Jurai, Jurai, because that's kind of how it's spelled literally in Japanese, or if that's what it's supposed to be called. I'm just going to call it July, because saying Jurai kind of feels bad at times. But Mega City, built out of one of the crashed vessels. And Vash is like, man, July is vastly different from last time I was here. Wolfwood gives us the exposition on it. Makes all of the plants that make water so they can buy as many bullets as they want. She can get whatever she wants. And this is where those guards were. Matter of fact, we hear the news as they're riding towards the city, and we see the city. Apparently all the plants are being sent there, but the government of July, the largest of the 7 cities, denies this. We are reacquainted with the evil cop that we saw in first episode and all his men, which leads into a sad moment with Vash. And we'll take a little break. So about Elandra. Elandra breaks out of the thing. How does she break out? She can manifest nails. So if dude's name is Knives, I guess her name should really be Nails, right? And she's chasing our reporters out of there, which leads to a funny moment of Roberto berating Meryl. She's just saying, go Menasai, go Menasai, go Menasai. And, she's mad that they say they pitied her. She had enough time to put on a dress from being nude. I don't know what it is with Japanese and people coming out of tubes and being nude and stuff, but whatever. Well, Japanese anime, I should say, or just anime, whatever. But she's making all these nails. They already call for the elevator. The plan is, got to stall and run. Meryl wants to warn Vash because Conrad wants to use a living independent to fix all this. So apparently, to make humans survive, he's going to try to get Vash. Whatever, man. Or even, I guess, even Knives. But whatever, man. So she starts shooting. Those nails come closer than when they were in the hallway because Roberto was able to shoot 2 down with the gun, which now that I look at it, looks like a version of the double barrel pistols that Meryl uses in the original 98 anime. So he gets them to move. Wolfwood comes in to save the day, shooting down the nails. The girl, Roberto calls Elandra a monster, which she says humans are the monster. Her voice changes in true monster fashion. Her voice undulates and modulates. She sounds like a grown-ass woman, then she sounds like a beast, and then she sounds evil as she's yelling at Nicholas for shooting down her stuff. And they're going at each other. I'm thinking, is he gonna kill her? No, she gets grazed because he shoots one of her nails and it cuts her, and she starts whining. That kind of character. He's like, I don't like you, I hate you. He's like, good, I hate you too. And then she's like, oh, don't you know that Lord Knives, saying this to Vash, Lord Knives, she cuts herself off. I guess she's sad because her clone dad or whatever. I hate Knives. I hope he doesn't survive this series. I really do. When Vash tries to tend to her wounds. What if Vash would have tended her wounds if he realized when Meryl and Roberto get on that thing and she's like, where are you going? It's a trap. Vash knows he's going to go anyway. Those nails were actually big as hell because one is sitting inside of Roberto, who wants a drink. And Meryl's like, this is all my fault. And he's like, yeah, it is your fault that you made me limit how much alcohol I could bring because now I'm out. He gives her the gun, tells her, look, live your life how you want to. You're in charge now. Follow your heart. He dies. She says, come in inside one last time. And we get there's a nice little moment where Wolfwood is, again, preaching to Vash, saying, in order for someone to live, someone else has to die. That's just natural. Only a coward has an idealism of none of that's going to happen. I should have grabbed the whole speech. And he's saying this as we look at Meryl, who's still crying. Her tears made me feel bad that he was dying. And I said a long time ago, please die, Robert, get out of here so I can get Millie. Which, I could probably get Millie now. But I feel bad because he rescued the girl that I actually like. He rescued the character I like. So it was sad. It's actually meaningful. He was able to give a little speech. Called her full name, Meryl Strife. But I like the juxtaposition as Wolfwood is giving this speech. For other people to live, someone has to die and sacrifice it. And she checks the double barrel gun. And she's going back up. So she has lost faith in Vash, but I hope she's the one that gets rid of Elantra. I hope they figure out some kind of plant killing bullets or something, because y'all are just vastly overpowered. Like, this show makes it feel like the only people that can stand up to these guys, Vash and Wolfwood, and Wolfwood is kind of with them, kinda. And Vash is, I don't want to kill nobody. All right. Rest in peace, Roberto. Please let Millie come. If Millie is his daughter that teams up with Meryl, I'll love it even more. Just please don't stop Meryl from being this type of character where she's like not happy-go-lucky, but wide-eyed and hopeful. Let her stay wide-eyed and hopeful. Don't turn her cynical, please. I don't need her filling in for Roberto, even though that was kind of her personality in the original 98 anime. I digress. So let's talk about this moment with Vash, which when Wolfwood got his diploma, he's like, what am I supposed to do with this? This means nothing. I'll never forgive you for what you did to me in Louisville. So that's not over. Even though he's walked out, that's not over. He's probably going to go to the orphanage. He's willing to do anything to protect those he cares about. And he understands Vash because while they were running away, Vash's dumbass sneezed, got spotted by the guy from episode 1. They're running, and there's a guy there who was like, they're like, you're not going to turn this into Genova Rock. And he's like, you did that. How could you? My parents were there and they died. And through the scope, we see the guy through the scope. And Vash, I give this animation credit. The facial stuff is great because Vash looks so hurt. And his arms were up, but he just kind of lowers them. And dude shoots him. Vash lets him shoot him. And the guy's like, I didn't tell anybody to shoot. What's going blah, 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 blah. And Wolfwood's like, And Vash said, please, don't kill them. All right, let's leave. After he gets shot, he says, let's leave. And as the other officers are running, you do see that one officer that shot him, whose parents died, doesn't move. And it's kind of like it seems like he came to the realization Vash let him shoot him. He's constantly atoning for the things that technically he didn't do, but his proximity of things seems to be a catalyst, almost like in the original anime where it seems like bad things seem to follow him, and that's comical that happens. But this is aside from bad things following him because of stupid ass knives, but yeah, and you just feel bad. And so Wolfwood understands him more because he's like, patch yourself up. He takes off his coat and his shirt. His body is riddled with scars, nasty scars, not just like Wolverine scratches, like patches of skin missing, metal parts here and there. He pulls the bullet out and throws. He's like, oh, sorry, this is embarrassing. And he's like, that's the price you pay for helping humanity. Why? Vash's body moves before you can think. He has to do it. He's going to try to help everybody, even Wolfwood. He's like, all right, so you knew. Yeah, I knew you were bringing me here. Vash is probably the smartest person in the room, but he's that character trope who is actually the original character. One of the original character tropes of that, like, I know what's going on. I just pretend like I don't. I guess it would be him and Dragon Ball Z Goku. Yeah. Anyway, Vash meets up with his brother and they start yelling. The stone statues with the faces aren't stone statues. They're dead plants that were in agony as they died. And apparently Knives keeps them up to remember why he's doing it. And Vash like, we can coexist with the people. And he's pissed at Vash saying, look, man, you're not doing protecting them because you love them. You're doing it because you feel bad about the crash. All right, if Vash gave him the codes, he probably gave him the codes because his brother dared him, kind of like the original. It's not his fault. Knives is ridiculously insane. And if his insanity is called by Dr. Conrad, they're going to try to make him a sympathetic figure. But I still think Knives needs to die. Knives puts Vash in a hole, press a button, like put him in a hole or whatever. Because Vash is still saying, we can live with them. Come on now. And he's going to try to reprogram him. Saying, I'm going to make you the perfect independent like me. a piece of shit, I guess. It's a little thing of water. I thought it was just an endless tunnel nose water. Oh, Vash has a little grapple. It's not a grapple hook, but a grapple line. Kind of like Spencer. Spencer from, oh God, what was that game? Don't remember. You guys play MVC3? Bionic Arm. There you go, that guy. But little grapple thing. It's how he swung him and Wolfwood around and how he's going to stop himself, but Knives cuts it. I saw a preview of next episode. Looks like he's trying to brainwash him, rewrite his inside brain head. So we'll see what happens next week. But this, I definitely got to give this a 4 out of 5. Kind of want to give it a 5. Not because of like the great animation, but all of the reveals, right? Telling us the real plot of what's going on. I don't know if Knives is trying to turn people into plants. Who knows? I don't know. I know that's Conrad's plan, but we'll see. Maybe that's, who knows what the actual full thing is. Why is there a damn eye on Knives, and why come we haven't seen it before, right? Will Vash be strong enough to resist all this? Will we get Millie? There has to be a season 2, right? There's no way you can wrap up everything in 12 episodes. There's gonna be a season 2. I can't believe it's already been 10 weeks of this already. I would give it a 5, but there was no, that was action. Could give it for Roberto's death scene alone, but it's a 4 because, again, this pace is so crazy. And I hope for season 2, we get a little bit of that filler in that really helped with the 98 anime. Made it kind of unique. I would be okay with 2 episodes of character building, even though we're getting character building throughout the regular plot. So it sounds contradictory, but yeah, I'm kind of accepting this for what it is. It's not spectacular, but it does a really good job of making you go, I need to see what's going to happen next week. So for that, I definitely give it a 4 out of 5. Exposition was done great in the middle by Conrad. Early exposition of the city and everything was kind of like hammy from Wolf. Was like, why is he talking about this? You're doing it for us. Fine, I'll take that. But Conrad did good back exposition. Finally found out what stupid clone chick is, a clone. And that good, I don't call it cinematography, but that good moment where like he's giving the speech in order for someone else to live, someone else has to be sacrificed. And it just happened. It literally just happened. He sacrificed himself. Roberto sacrificed himself so Meryl could live and do what she wants to do. So hopefully we see something good. Hopefully she doesn't turn on Vash when dude goes, oh, he caused the crash. And Vash goes, oh yeah, it's true. I'm not going to elaborate. It's totally true. If he does that, I'm definitely going to give it like a 3 because that's so dumb. Don't say that you know you didn't. It's such gaslighting. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Definitely cannot wait. The bad characters have to. I'm sorry. This may be a modern anime thing. Bad guys got to go, man. Like, hopefully in the end, Vash gets the cojones, but he's not going to because that's Vash. He's going to save everybody. But Elandria, Meryl, you better get what she had, like unlimited versions of that gun. You better get 17 other versions and figure out how to kill her. Need her gone. Sick of her. Seriously. So that's my feelings on today's episode. Let me know what you think. What have you thought of the series so far? I know some of you have told me in previous videos what you thought, and I definitely appreciate that. I love hearing from you guys. I can't wait till this is all said and done so I can see how I feel about this compared to, I guess, the first 12 episodes of the original Trigun, which was, it's going to be kind of hard to compare it, but there is a bit of a cutoff in certain places of the original anime, so we'll see how we do. Please hit that like button. It helps me out. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Be notified of more videos such as this one. Thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about Trigun Stampede. As I plead to you, be good, be blessed. Wash those hands. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. Realize that there's someone that rather talk to you today than to miss and mourn you tomorrow. You are not alone. I promise you that. My social media is at the bottom. Follow me. Drop me a line. I will definitely respond to you. All right? All right. Well, this is me, Shane. I'll see you guys next week. Oh boy, is it going to be emotional.